Hey, it's Subhasina here. And first of all, this this video was supposed to be out on the 17th, but couldn't because the recording got corrupted. And you're getting it now is simply because I was too lazy to record it again. So yeah, you're getting it now. So anyways, I won't keep you guys waiting any longer. And yeah, I so today we are gonna be doing a fanfic and the fanfic is called Uzu of Eva. So, without any further ado, let's get into the what if. Fanfic or video. All day long, Naruto could not let go of this feeling. In in the pit of his stomach, something was wrong. But he pressed on with his master Jiraiya as they saw the gates of Kokonoha. "You excited, kid?" he asked, looking over at his student slash godson. Without looking, he shrugged. "I don't know, but I have a funny feeling. But I have a funny feeling that this won't be a happy reunion," he said, walking to the village. Jiraiya looked at him for a moment, as he walked on, guilt on his eyes. "If only she knew, kid," he whispered to himself. Tsunade sat in a chair, shaking her head. Kakashi, Sasuke, and Sakura had just come to her with a petition to remove Naruto from Team 7 and got the council to agree to it. Laying on the desk was the signed papers. "So much for the will of fire. Ah, sensei." She sneered, looking up at Sarutobi. She heard she heard a knock at the door, and it opened up to show Jiraiya and Naruto looking at her with smiles. "Hey, you two," she said, getting up and walking to them. "Hime, Albacha," they both said. She hugged Naruto, getting a good look at them. He grew to about 6'5". Wow, 6'5", and built like a brick wall. Losing the orange jumpsuit, he he had a black muscle shirt with blue armbands with the leaf insignia on it, the green battle vest, not Jonin vest, red pants with black shinobi boots with his pants tucked in his belt, had two brown holsters for his kunai shuriken, the other two for his heels, as well as a special-made black holster on the back of his belt for his special-made chakra daggers. "You look good, Brad. I missed you," she said to him. "Miss you too," he replied. They spent the next couple of hours as they filled her in on the training and adventures, having gone to the gone to lands like Spring, Snow, Tea, Hot Spring, and so on. "Sounds like you did well. And for my report, you are not only a seal expert, but your Tai Jutsu, Kenjutsu, and Ninjutsu are joining as well. I'm impressed. But well, all out. Test it all out in a couple of days. Until then, you are free to go. Come by to tomorrow morning. We have a few things. We have a few things to discuss. Okay?" He said. She said, less than enthused. Naruto saw, but only nodded. He knew his gut was right in telling him something was off. Bidding them all farewell, he left. "He doesn't know about Hinata. I couldn't tell him," Jiraiya said, disappointed. She nodded. "That's not all. Team 7 came by earlier today. Team 7 came by earlier today. They had a petition signed to have Naruto of not only the team but of the active roster." The fuck? The whole council signed it as well as his friends, with the exception of Lee, Neji, and Tenten. Ah, jeez. These are real G's right here. As of tomorrow, Naruto will no longer be a leaf ninja. She spat with disgust. Aktu. Yeah. Jiraiya looked at her. His his eyes widened at this. You're kidding, he said, sitting down. At this point, Shizune had come in to sit with them. Said at how everything has gone to shit. This is gonna crush him, but I think he knows something bad will happen. He confided in with in me earlier before we got here. Before we got here, the torch sage said drinking some sake. Naruto looked around at the people, giving either dirty look or ignoring his existence, which made them both confused and disheartened. It seemed they still see him as a monster. He could only shake his head at this. He headed to Ichiraku Ramen for some comfort food. He came up on the stand with a smile. So many good memories here. Walking inside, walking inside, He saw it was fairly busy, but ignored them all as he made his way to the bar. Hey, old man Toichi, hit me with a ball. He said out loud. Standing up, the old man looked around to see who called for him when he saw Naruto and smiled. His favorite customer had come. Naruto, my boy, how have you been? He said. Good now that I am here, he replied. I am here. Come here, we have a special guest, he called out. She came from the back to see her favorite blonde was home. She brightened and went up to hug him, which he returned as a bowl was placed in front of him, talking and eating. So, how are you and Hinata? Ayame asked nervously. He stopped. Don't know. She hasn't replied to any of my letters in the last year, and and I have been having a bad feeling since last month. We'll find out soon, I guess. And I'll be right back. I, I'm back, and I forgot where I was. Okay, yeah, yeah, found it. She nodded. She knew the reason why Hinata had gone behind his back to be with Choji. Choji, Choji, saying he was cheating on her now. Saying he was cheating on her now. She was getting married to the boy and was having his baby as well. I thought I thought that made I am a frown. I know something is wrong, but I am just afraid to know. He said to them, "I'm sorry, my boy. I'm sorry, my boy." But she had been saying that Akamichi boy behind your back. It was found out that she is having his baby in about 8 months' time, as well as getting married. The old man said, unable to take it. His eyes widened, then the pain set in as he looked down, but at least he knew now. To be honest, I thought she was better than that. Yeah, I thought so too. But at least I know now. Thanks, old man, he said with a genuine smile. This shocked them all, thinking he would blow up and go berserk. But it was like a weight was off his shoulders. He took a deep breath, letting out a big sigh, wiping away the tears as his mask finally broke away. The pair, watched with both sadness and relief as he broke away the facade. and the world would finally get to know the real Naruto like that. Like that had. Thanks for the food and for everything, to be honest. Thank you, he said happily to them. Then he nodded, thinking he needed time to process everything, watching him pay and leave. Naruto walked out of the shop feeling better than he had been in a long time, but soon he knew he, he had a choice to make. Remain as he is and continue on a dream as Hokage, or look to new horizons. Making his way home, he just smiled. He felt good and nothing would bother him. He heard several familiar voices and saw the other rookies as well as Sasuke. Well, I guess that's all this decided to say. After all, he said to himself as he walked off, not sparing a glance at them anymore. He needed to think. He needed to think about some things first. He knew one thing: he would not go look for them. If they wanted to talk, they would come to him. Naruto woke up a little early as he really couldn't sleep. Getting up and getting ready, he went for a cold shower. Cold shower, being being a Jinchuriki allowed his body to remain a temperature of 100 degrees. Oh, that's why. 100 degrees. Plus, the cold felt nice. Getting ready, he headed out the door, not bothering to lock it because he sealed away all his valuables in his scroll. Making his way to the Kage office, he ignored the glares, spending some time thinking. He decided he was done with the Kage dream, and these people, they didn't matter to him anymore. Yeah. One threw a bottle at him, thinking it would hit the demon, but he caught it. Okay. He turned to look at the man who threw it and chucked it back at him, smashing it into his chest. Without without an other thought, Naruto walked away, leaving a shocked and frightened crowd. Well, for what the fuck do you expect when you throw a fucking bottle at one man and he threw it back as payback? So why the fuck are you shocked and frightened? Uh, the secretary looked up at him with both disdain and disgust. Sneering at him, she was about to retort when he gave her the bird. Keep your mouth shut, you. Keep your mouth shut, you whore. He spoke, not bothering to look at her or the look of shock as he made his way to see Sonade. Opening the door, he saw her asleep in the chair, slightly drooling with the breast hanging out as her sash came undone. He smiled at her, shaking his head, finding a blanket and a pillow. Finding a blanket and pillow, he summoned a clone, gently picking up her head, placing the pillow there, and putting the blanket on her as he moved to the couch near the wall and sat in silence, closing his eyes. He found himself in his mind walking out of the forest. He saw a giant cave. Inside was a sleeping Kurama. He smiled at his first friend and left in peace. Shizune had come to see her sleeping Sonade with a pillow and blanket while Naruto was on the couch with his arms crossed and eyes closed. She smiled at this. He, he really ha- he had really matured this time. He even made her comfortable. Morning, Zunani, he whispered to her. It startled her as he opened as he opened his dark blue eyes to look at her. He gave her he gave her a close mouthed smile. Morning, Naruto-kun. How are you? He asked him, sitting next to him on the couch. To be honest, better than I have in a while. Thank you for asking. He said as they made conversation. Have you seen any of your friends? She asked him. He shook his head with a frown. No, and I won't after this. Apparently, Hinata and Hinata had been saying Choji behind my back, so fuck him. He said to her nonchalantly. She gave him a sad smile. I'm sorry, we didn't. He stopped her. You have nothing to apologize for. We were we were only together for a few weeks before I left. She chose someone else. She chose someone else, and I am okay with that. Could have found out better, but oh well. He said to her as he hugged her. She could only smile at this and nod. She had missed him. It wasn't as fun without him here. It was about 10 a.m. at this point, and so Nadia was still asleep, so Naruto decided to wake her up. Much to Shizune's dismay, but she let him do it anyways. He began his way over to her and began rubbing her back with with one hand using sparse amount of chakra. Hey Bacha, it's time to get up. He said gently and with enough volume to make sure she heard her. She heard him. She she whimpered a bit at first, then slowly opened her eyes to see her Gagaki smiling at her, which helped brighten her day a bit more. Naruto. Naruto? What time is it? She asked. 10 a.m. He said to her as she nodded, yawned, and stretched. Rubbing her eyes, she saw a cup of tea. She saw a cup of tea placed, placed in front of her with some breakfast. As she ate happily, she saw Naruto again and frowned. She would have to tell him that he was no longer shinobi. The thought almost brought her to tears. I have to go again because my mom called me even though I told her not to bother me when I fucking recording. But forget it. Anyways, she finished her meal and looked up at him, back, beckoning him to sit, which he did. Naruto, I am afraid I have some bad news for you. It seems like Kakashi, Sakura, and Sasuke petition to have you not only removed from Team 7, but the least shinobi roster. It, it was submitted and approved yesterday by the council behind my back. She said, trying to be gentle. His eyes widened in shock, then they dimmed a bit as he scoffed. So that's what that feeling was yesterday. He said to himself, making the woman look at him with sympathy. Who all didn't sign it? He asked, not really seeming bothered by this at all. Sanade looked at him for a moment, then came back to his senses and looked through some papers. Apparently, Team Guy, Anko Mitarashi, Kuranai Yuhi, Asuma Sarutobi, Iruka Yumino, and the Ichiraku family, she said to him sadly. He simply nodded as he got up and reached into his pocket, looking at the leaf headband. The thing he shed blood, sweat, and tears for had been taken from him, but this time he simply felt nothing for it now. Folding it, he placed it on another desk. I always figured something like this would happen to me. What happened? But oh well, I was gonna resign anyways. But I still need a job because we all know this village would allow me to work for them. He said seriously, stepping away from the desk. They looked at him in shock. They looked at him in shock and confusion. What about your dream? Sanada said to him. To be honest, this past 30 years have not only taught me a lot, but made me really think about things as well. I decided why bother becoming Hokage to this village that has gone and hated me since birth. He said to her. Besides, I have what I want from this village. All of my mother's and father's knowledge and power. This village will never get its greedy hands on the Hirashin or the Rasengan, he told her. Both women went pale, hearing this. He knew he was their son, and now shit had hit the fan. Don't freak out. I've known since I was 7. The old fool thought he the old fool thought he could continuously lie to me. Plus, I'm at the QB at 885, so nothing really surprises me anymore. He told as he brought one of his father's three-pronged kunai to show. I'm sorry, Naruto. So Sarutobi Sensei made a swear never to tell you. He wanted it to be kept a secret to give you a normal life. She said sadly. Lot of good that did whenever everybody else. What? Lot of good that. Oh, lots of good that did when everybody else knew but me. He said with a for fuck's sake. He said with a bit of resentment. That flinched back at this Vapati shrugged. It it doesn't matter. I know who I am, and that's that, he said. They nodded to him, feeling like they had failed him. I still need a job. Got anything for me? He asked. She looked at him and nodded. Yes, my front desk secretary is quitting, so she can get married, and I will be in need of. I'll take it. When do I start? He asked, interrupting her. She smiled at him. You start you start tomorrow at 6 a.m. sharp, okay? Do you know what it entails? She asked. Not all of it, but I'll learn as go along. No worries, boss, he said with a grin. Shizune chuckled Sonade shook her head while Sonade shook her head with an amused look at him. He really was a knucklehead. Also, I want you to come live with me now. I'm not I'm not overly fond of the dump you live in. Sanada said, crickling her nose in disgust. He smiled. He had been wanting to move out anyway. Sure, I'll see. I'll see if there is anything else I need from there. The fuck's this grammar, man? They use the wrong there here. I'll see you later, Sonada-sama, he said politely, bowing to her. This shocked them both, but for some reason made Sonada feel gross. No, don't do that. It doesn't fit you. But thank you for the respect, though, she said sincerely. You're my bacha. My respect is a given. You have you have always been there when I needed you. You will neither need to question that or my love, Kacha. He said quietly he said quietly as he walked out of the door. But they had heard it and got gasps 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 from them both. So that how it feels, huh? Well then, now, acha. Oh, well then, know this. I will always love you, my little Sochi. She said, she said aloud as tears rolled down her face in happiness. The two were excited about him living with them now. Naruto went back to his apartment, happily unfazed by the glares or unnecessary whispers. So Nade had been the closest thing to a mom he had, and he was grateful to her for that. He then noticed that he was being followed, so he made a couple turns he, here and there, finally turning around to see what looked like a box painted like a rock. Konohamaru Sarutobi, not striker, but rocks aren't squared, he said obviously. Soon enough, a small explosion was seen and heard, and smoke appeared. He waited patiently till the smoke cleared till he saw Konohamaru and his two friends. "Aye, boss," they said in Unison. Unison. He nodded to them. "How you been?" he asked as he turned and headed back to his apartment. The three caught up and talked for a bit, catching up. What? What do you mean you are not gonna be at the Hokage? Konohamaru said in shock. Sorry, Kaido. I am no longer the ninja of this village. I am now the secretary. I am now the secretary of Lady Hokage herself, he stated. And they looked at him in utter shock, unable to comprehend what they were being told. But, but but that can be. You have to take that head so that I can take it from you. Konohamaru said weakly. Naruto could show sympathy to the young man, placing a hand on his shoulder. Not anymore. You will have to take it from Sonade now. It is no one's fault. Things happen in life, and we have to deal with what we are given. Naruto said to him sagely. The three nodded disappointedly as they left to go home. Naruto headed inside to see no one there and nothing to tamper with. He went and grabbed his log safe filled with the money he saved up over the years and took nothing else as there was nothing else there he needed. He left with the keys and walked out of the door not looking back. And that is where I'm gonna leave off this video. I hope to I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and sorry for my stuttering in the video. So like the video, comment that what did you guys thought of my video, and subscribe to the video, and subscribe to my channel, not the video. Also, the link to this fanfic will be in the description.